Okay, so welcome back to our series on knee pain. As I mentioned on a previous video, it is focused on runners, guys, but just if you're not a runner, it's still going to be some great stuff for you. If you're running and you're getting knee pain, as I mentioned in the previous video, a couple of points I'm going to recap for you. The first one was addressing load management. Okay, so very often we see people literally just doing too much. It sounds obvious, but it's just so common. Just doing too much. Their bodies aren't conditioned for it. And just because Jimmy down the road's running 20 miles doesn't mean you should be. You might need to start a little bit smaller and take the time to build up. Other point was thinking a bit about recovery. Are we recovering well enough from our runs? So what I mean by that, are we addressing stress? Are we addressing our nutrition? Are we addressing our hydration? Now I'm not going any further down those rabbit holes. I'll make videos in the future talking these subjects in more detail. But for the time being, I just want you to consider these subjects and these points, because it's all well and good. You can have the best conditioning program in the world, but if you're not thinking about it a bit more holistically, you're going to be limited into how far you're going to progress. So today's video is going to progress from video 1. So if you haven't seen video 1, I suggest you pause this and go back to my first video before you crack on with these. And I'm just going to develop some movement. So I'm going to develop some movement in the ankle, thinking about it moving in and out, and then develop some strength into the knee. So I hope you really enjoy it. 3 exercises coming your way, and we'll crack on. Okay guys, so first exercise we're going to go for is thinking about a single leg squat. Now it's going to be a very subtle single leg squat, so we're going to think about following on from the exercise I gave you in video 1. And if you remember back, I talked a lot about the ability for the ankle to move in and out. So this is what we call pronate and supinate. This is really important for human function. Very often we have the ability just to pronate, but we can't take ourselves out of that and supinate out of it. So I had you against the wall and I had you just moving in and out with your ankle with a foot driver. If you don't remember it, pause now, go back and give it a little revisit. So today's exercise will be onto one leg. I'm going to let my knee drive this squat. So I'm going to be quite upright, and it's a little mini single leg squat. So my knee's just going to drive in and my knee's going to drive out. In and out. I've got some options. I can do it purely balanced, or if I want to, I can have a bit of support for my back leg and allow me to get a bit more range. I'm happy with both, guys, okay? It's quite nice maybe to start with a bit of support, and as you get stronger, start to really see if you can get it on a single leg and really drive in and out. Okay, same on the other leg. So I can go purely balanced, let my knee come in, my knee come out, in and out. But of course, if you wanted to, a bit of support on my right leg, and maybe I can get a bit of extra range. And as I feel confident, I can go back into a single leg and start squatting in and out. Very subtle movement, and one that most people are quite unfamiliar with. They're quite used to sort of sitting back into a squat and loading up, but then that's the ability they have, guys. And as soon as they start to challenge their knees and challenge their ankles, they don't have the tolerance for it. So I hope you enjoy this one, and I'll show you what's going to come up next. Right, second video then, guys, is still going to be a single leg squat. Still going to be knee focused, but this time the knee's going to be straight over the toe. So thinking about creating a bit more range of motion within the ankle and a bit more strength within the knee. So very similar to the first one though. So I'm still going to be balanced onto one leg, still quite upright, but this time rather than let my knee come in and out and thinking about moving my ankle, I'm going to literally just think about squatting down my knee going straight forward. Okay, so it's nice and controlled. There we go, 8, 10 reps. Like I said in the previous exercise, again, it's fine to have a little bit of support on this back leg if you need it. If you feel like you're a bit wobbly, you're losing that range, maybe start off with a bit of support on this back leg, and as you get better, then go purely single leg. And you can notice I'm not rushing it at this stage. The speed and the power can develop later on in later exercises. Okay, so same idea on the other side. Again, a bit of support if I need it, maybe just to get the ankle going, and I go purely on single leg and getting that range. And I said I'm more focused about the knee just driving forward now, over the toe, and as I said, keeping that control. Alright, and I'll show you the third exercise coming up. Okay, so third one, guys, we're going to think about what we did in video 1. So video 1, I had you against the wall and coming up onto your tiptoes and sort of squeezing the muscles in the back of your sort of lower leg. Okay, so looking at that kind of calf area, a little bit lower into that sort of Achilles area as well, guys. So what's going to happen is I'm going to use that single leg squat again, and I'm going to see if we can come up onto our tiptoes. But we can use our back leg for a bit of support if we want. So it's going to look like this. I'll show you from the side. So if I'm on my left leg, just develop my single leg squat on the previous exercise. I'm nice. I've been sort of squatting down, Move that knee forward. Now what I'm going to do is literally just go from there and just come up onto that tiptoe. Again, I can use my back leg just to help me out a little bit of an aid. But all the weight is driving through this left leg here. So I'm putting a little bit more power in there now. And it's a little bit more challenging from exercises from the first video. Just show you how that looks on the right leg. Very similar. Again, I can go into my single leg squat again. Start off just little mini squats. And as I get going, up onto that tiptoe. And as I said, it's back leg if I need to. It's giving me a little bit of support as well. I've got a little bit more power as I'm coming up. So all these movement guys are quite subtle, okay? We're not looking at massive movements at this stage. We're just looking at strengthening the ankle joint, adding a lot of movement to it, and strengthening that knee. Essentially guys, giving you a lot more tolerance, okay? So I really hope you enjoyed these 3 strength exercises. These will set you up very, very well for future videos I'm going to make on strengthening the ankle and the knee. As always, I really hope you enjoyed them. Thank you very much for watching.